Hi, my name is Jeff Moser, and I'll be talking a bit about the economic principles of the importance of trade, as well as supply and demand, and how it can affect prices of goods. To demonstrate this, I'll apply the principles to the trading card game, Magic the Gathering, which has its own market for cards. The trading cards have a value determined by rarity and playability in organized tournaments. So first, what is trade? Simply put, trade is the exchange of something for something else. Trade typically allows for both parties to benefit from an exchange by trading something that they have for an item that they deem more valuable. In Magic, this is done by trading cards. Each individual Magic player values Magic cards differently based on what kinds of decks they play with and what cards best help their strategy to win. I, for example, love to play with zombie creatures in Magic. I usually consider zombie cards and other cards that help zombies more valuable than cards that are not zombies. I would be willing to trade 2 copies of Wharf Infiltrator for a single copy of Crypt Breaker. Though they're both useful cards, the zombie card is more useful to me, so I value it higher, whereas the person I'm trading with values the 2 copies of the Infiltrator higher than the single zombie. This is an example of how trade creates greater opportunities and greater satisfaction for both parties, rather than each party keeping the items they began with. Supply and demand is broken up into 2 parts. Supply being the amount of something on the market, and demand being how much that something is wanted. The equilibrium price is the point where these 2 factors balance each other out. When the demand for something increases, but the amount stays the same, the price of the item will rise. More people want it, so only those that pay more will be able to have it. If instead the demand decreases, the price will drop. If the demand stays the same, but there is less supply, the price will increase. When something is more rare, the price is generally higher. If instead the supply increases, but the demand is still the same, the price will lower. In Magic, these principles are the same. One card, Liliana of the Veil, was printed in 2012 and has been a staple in Magic tournaments since. Its price reached well above $100 per card. This is because the demand for the card was high, but the supply was low, seeing as it had only been printed once. This year, however, the card was printed again, increasing supply and therefore dropping the price to below $80, as you can see on this graph. In conclusion, trade and the supply and demand curves are extremely important and are visible in our culture today.